Here are 11 things that are taking up space in your house but providing little to no value. This is part 2, so if you missed part 1, check it out here, and I'll also link it down below. Also, if you're new here, my name is Erica Bell. I'm a professional home organizer, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss a thing. All right, let's get going. These are in no particular order. Number 1, instruction manuals. We just don't need these like we used to. Everything can be found online if you need to reference it, okay? I don't know that I've ever looked in one of my manuals, like actually had to reference it post-purchase. Let me know if you have. Number 2, exercise equipment. These are usually big, bulky items. So if you are not using them, and they're heavy, right? Usually. So if you are not using them anymore, maybe they're outdated. Maybe you have a gym membership now. Maybe it was like a specific type of workout and you're just not into that anymore. Go ahead and donate them. Or a lot of times places will have somewhere that you can sell those types of things, right? So you can make a little bit of your money back if you'd like. Hear me very clearly. I'm not saying don't work out. I'm just saying that if you have that kind of equipment, sell it for something you will use, donate it. We just want things in our house that we actually use. Number 3, half-used cleaning products. I feel like we all have these. Either use it up, or if you have a cleaning service, give it to them. Maybe it was something specific you bought for a certain type of appliance or certain place, you just don't use it anymore. I would say get rid of it. Even put it by the curb and just write free. A lot of times people will snatch those things up. Like I always say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Or if you really feel like you're gonna use it still at some point in the near future, maybe you can decant it in a smaller container. Number 4, CDs, DVDs, VHS tapes, etc., etc. Those types of things, unless you were actively planning to put those VHS tapes onto something else that you will then watch, or if you have a VCR or a DVD player that you're actually going to use, that's different. Again, these are for things that are taking up space that you're not using. If you're using them, you love them, keep them. You know, I never force anyone to get rid of their things, but if you're not, then I would take a hard look at what are we doing with them. This kind of piggybacks on what I just said. So number 5, old or outdated electronics or tech. Maybe it's that VCR that goes with those VHS tapes. Either these are things that you don't use or that don't work. Easy peasy. If they don't work, let's recycle those old electronics. You can do that at most like dumps, or just Google electronic recycling in your area. Sometimes they'll just pick it up from you. Sometimes Best Buy, those types of places will do it. If they're newer electronics and you just don't use them, take it to a Best Buy, somewhere like that. They will refurbish it and sometimes you can get money. But if they just don't work, you need to recycle those. Don't just put it in your regular trash. It could also be your old laptops, your old tablets, your old cameras. Again, these things just kind of, we either think we'll still use them when we get a new one, or we'll hand it down to a kid and maybe they did use it, now they don't. So I want you to take an inventory, literally walk around your home. You know where those little hidden tech areas are in your house. Maybe it's a amplifier, maybe it's a subwoofer, maybe it's a speaker. You fill in the blank, but I really want you to do a deep dive into what you should recycle, what you should donate, or what you could even try to sell. Number 6, toys your kids outgrew. Maybe your kids are 30. Maybe they have kids of their own and you still have things that your grandkids aren't using either, right? Or maybe your kids are in middle school and you have toys from when they were in elementary school. Those things, especially if they're educational toys, that they're just probably not going to use those anymore. You hear me say this all the time. Donate them to a local school, donate them to a library, daycare. Any of those places would be happy to have it, or try to sell it. Number 7, vases from old flower deliveries. If you've ever gotten a flower delivery, if you're lucky enough to have received flowers, you know they usually come with some type of vase. And just over time, they pile up. As we did our move, I got rid of, the majority of my vases. I had so many, and I just don't have that same type of space to store them in my new home. And I have my favorites. You have your favorites. Keep the favorites, part with the other ones. Or you could do something really special if you do have kids and it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Buy flowers or pick flowers, put them in one of those vases, give it to your teacher. You know, I like to do that. It's like you can just kind of make your own delivery that way. Really special gift, and it helps you out. Number 8, this one is a toughie for some people, old greeting cards. I say if you're gonna keep them, to reference them, to show your kids, to do a collage, I don't know, I would put the date on them. For me, if I have a card, it usually doesn't have the same kind of significance unless I can remember truly when it was from. Put the year, put the date, what it's for. Usually you can tell what it's for because it's a card, but if you're gonna keep them, and then give yourself a limit, okay? Here's a shoebox, I'm only going to keep this many. Number 9, keys you can't identify. If you don't know what they go to, ask the other people in your house, and then get rid of them. How does this happen, right? We like gather up these keys, and then we don't know what they go to. Usually you've got a key to your house, maybe a key to a mailbox, safety deposit box, and you got your old diary keys. We can probably get rid of those. Number 10, mismatched or chipped dishes, any kind of glassware, any kind of dishes. I guess glassware could have been a separate thing, but you get it. If it's broken, if you're gonna serve something on it and someone may cut themselves, like probably time to get rid of it. There's all sorts of cool crafts you can do with these. You can break them up and actually do different collages, different, what are the words? Mosaic, is that right? You can do all sorts of different things. So if you feel like you really like it, but wanna do something with it, you can sometimes use them in the garden. Just Pinterest it, Google it. And if mismatch is your thing, then just go with it. If it looks cool, use those mismatched dishes. If it's a whole look, if it's a vibe, I'm not telling you to get rid of your vibe, get rid of like what you enjoy. It's just a good place to like take inventory, because a lot of times we will have other dishes that we just kind of put aside and forget about and don't look at again. And finally, number 11, seasonal decorations that you never put up. You know what it is. Maybe you celebrate Easter and you didn't put out half that stuff. I want you to think about if you really need it. Go through it as you're putting it out. If you didn't use it this season, if you know you didn't use it last season, do we need to hold on to it for another season? I would think about it. Because a lot of times decor is the same way. It can be bulky. It can just take up a lot of space. So good thing to evaluate. All right, thanks so much for being here. Let me know which of these you struggle with or which of these you're gonna look through first. I'm so happy you're here. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.